So a lot of people thought Carl Icahn was coming in, made a bet, he would win and he would take his money off the table and he would say goodbye. This makes it sound like he's in there for the long haul.
Yeah, well, you know, people have also wondered whether he'll join with some other big investors like Bill Steritz with Post and maybe take the company private. So so far, what clearly is happening is he's digging in even more as Ackman digs in, and he'll now end up with 5 board seats on a 13-person board. So I think with this investigation going on and Icahn doing this, we're going to be at this for a while longer.
We'll be at this for a while longer. Bill Ackman, of course, famously shorted the stock, and then he lost a lot of money, so then he kind of retraced his steps a little bit and took a short position through derivatives. He is now close to breaking even on his wager against Herbalife. How did this come about, Duane?
Yeah, so the big news of late has been that the FTC is asking formal questions now of Herbalife. So in essence, they've launched an investigation. And so the question is, are they going to find, as Bill Ackman alleges, that the company is a complete pyramid scheme and defrauding customers, or will they perhaps get a slap on the wrist, or will nothing happen? So, but with all that uncertainty and people unsure, the investigation could last 6 months to a year. The stock has just taken a pounding in recent days and is actually getting Ackman back to what we calculate to be somewhat near break even.
I think one way to test to see whether Icahn is sincere about this is to see whether he's not just invested in the company, but in the company's products. If he genuinely thought that it was a legitimate operation, then he would see this amazing investment opportunity. He would put his money there, too.
You know, I know a little bit about these companies and watch what they do with multi-level marketing. In the end, I think the FTC is not going to find a doggone thing wrong with the practices. I think they typically do a multi-level marketing like a lot of these companies do, and I think in the end they're not going to find
You think their revenue is legitimate?
I think their revenue is legitimate. There's some bad apples in the thing. There's always bad apples in the thing, just like in any major company. Right. But they're multi-level marketing. They've been operating for many, many years like this. This is the way they do it. It generates a lot of cash, and I think Carl Icahn is going to come out ahead.
Within that optimism, Duane, Stanford, what is the quality of the auditing at Herbalife?
What is the quality of the auditing? Well, you know, they've had two global auditors take a look at the company. Bill Ackman at one point had said he didn't believe the audit would come back clean. It did. Of course, he still alleges that, you know, perhaps they're just still not doing their job. But others, you know, who are in the stock and are watching feel pretty confident that these two large, you know, including Price Waterhouse, have looked at the company and their global operations.
Duane, thank you so much. Duane Stanford with us within Atlanta. Jeff, I want to continue with this conversation. The idea here of you say Ackman's wrong. It's a legitimate business. All of us, particularly Brendan, a little older, know a name Amway.
Sure.
We go back to Amway and all that. Why is Herbalife not like Amway? What's the other one? New Skin?
Well, they're all the same.
Do I look okay this morning?
Yeah. They're actually all the same. They're all related. They have some common DNA in terms of the way in which they sell. And in a large case, a lot of these companies, these multi-level marketing companies, are selling the American dream outside of the United States.
The distribution dream.
That's where they're really, that's where their real strength is. And what they do is they have one person at the very top, and then you have a family, basically, and you recruit more here, recruit more here, and recruit more here. And the person at the top makes a little bit off of everybody down line. That's what it's called, a down line. And that's where the real money is. And that's where people think it's somewhat like a Ponzi scheme or something like that.
Nicely explained as we go back to the days of Amway. Look it up on Wikipedia, I guess, to get a history. That was brilliant. Thank you, Jeff. Very
Not just that. What is it? Tupperware and Mary Kay?
They're all the same. They're all the same.